everyone. In this assignment, I implemented a CNN-based generative adversarial network or GAN using PyTorch. The goal of the model is to generate realistic handwritten digit images from the Mixed National Institute of Standard and Technology dataset. So at first, I imported the all libraries needed for the assignment, and also I use Torch and Torch.nnn to build the neural network. I also use the function Torch functional for activation related functions. So this section actually prepares the tools needed to build, train, and visualize the CNN-based GAN model. So in this section, the code actually checks whether a GPU is available. So the output is showing the using the device of CUDA. That's kind of that means the code is using the GPU for training. So this is very useful because the GAN training requires many matrix operations, and using CUDA makes the training much faster than just using only the CPU. So the data set and data loader in this section, the code loads the MNIST dataset that contains grayscale handwritten digit images from 0 to 9. Each image has a size of 28 by 28. So the transformation first converts each image into a tensor. Then the image is normalized using the transform normalized that shows the changes, the pixel values from the range 0, 1 to negative 1, 1. This is important because the generator uses at the end and also outputs values between negative 1 and 1. Therefore, the real MNIST images and the generated images are in the same range. So the data loader loads images into in batches of 128. The data set is shuffled, so the model sees the images in a random order during training. So this code actually uses drop left equals true, so which removes the final incomplete batch if it has fewer than 128 images. So in this GAN assignment, the labels are not used because the model is not trying to classify digits. Instead, it learns whether an image is a real or fake. So at this part, it's defining the generator model. So the generator takes a random noise vector as input, and also the noise vector has 100 the size of 100. The goal of the generator is to transform this random noise into a fake handwritten digit image. So at first, the generator uses a fully connected layer, and then it changes the 100 dimensional noise vector into a large feature vector. So then in the forward function, the output is reshaped into a view of negative 1, 128, 7, and 7. So this actually gives the model 128 feature maps with size of 7 by 7. After that, the generator uses upsampling and convolution layers. The first upsampling step increases the image size from 7 by 7 to 14 by 14. Then the second upsampling step increases from 14 by 14 to 28 by 28, which matches the MNIST image size. So the generator also uses batch normalization and ReLU activation to make training more stable and help the model learn complex image patterns. Finally, the last convolutional layer produces one channel because MNIST images are grayscale. So the final activation, which produces output values in range -1 and 1. So this section builds the network that learns how to create fake handwritten digit images from random noise. So at the CNN discriminator, so this section defines the discriminator model. So the discriminator receives an image as input and decide whether the image is real or fake. The input image has shape of N1 28 28. So the N is the batch size, 1 is the grayscale channel, and 28 by 28 is the image size. So the discriminator uses convolutional layers to extract visual features from the image. So the first convolution changes the image from 1 channel to 32 channels. Then the leaky ReLU is used as an activation function. So it's commonly used in GAN discriminators because it helps the model keep learning even when some values are negative. So then max pooling reduces the image size from 28 by 28 to 14 by 14. The next convolution increases the number of channels from 32 to 64. And another max pooling layer reduces size to 7 by 7. Final convolution increases the channel to 128. So after these convolution layers, the output is flattened and passed through a fully connected layer. The final output is one number, which represents whether the image is real or fake. So the discriminator actually does not include a separate layer because the loss function later it will be already includes the operation internally. So now we're going to go to another section, that's the initial model. So in this section, the generator and discriminator are created. So the generator is created using the ZDIM 100, meaning it exports 100-dimensional noise vectors as input. Both models are moved to selected device, which in this case is GPU. So the code also prints the generator and discriminator architectures. This helps confirm that the model were created correctly and shows the layers used in each network. So now another part is the loss and optimizer. So in this section, the loss function and optimizers are defined. So the loss function actually is this one. So is binary cross entropy with logic. So it is used because the discriminator performs a binary classification task, real image or fake image. So then the optimizer used for both the generator and discriminator is added. So the learning rate is the learning rate here is 0.002. So the beta values is 0.5 and 0.0 999. And then also, also we have another one that are commonly used in GAN training because they help make the training more stable. So this section actually prepares the mathematical objective and update method for both networks. So now we're going to go to the function to show the generated image. So this section actually defines a function that calls show generated images. So the purpose of this function is to display fake images created by the generator during the training. And at first, the generator is switched to evaluation mode. Then using the torch, no grade. So actually, the generator creates images without saving gradients. So this saves memory because we are only visualizing images, not just the training. So after the generating the fake images, the code converts them from -1 back to 0 1 based on here. So it converts them to back to 0 1. So, and also the fake images, this part is necessary for correct visualization because the matplotlib displays images better when values are between 0 and 1. So the and also this code arranged the generated images into a grid, and Matplotlib displays them. After displaying the images, the generator is switched back to training model. So this function is very useful because it allows us to visually monitor how the generator improves every few epochs. So now we're going to go to the training loop. So this step is necessary, actually is necessary because it's the main training section of the course, that the model is trained for 50 epochs. So the code also creates a fixed noise vector. That's the code is right here. And this fixed noise is used to generate images every 5 epochs. So because the same noise is used each time, we can compare how the generator improves during the training. So inside each epoch, the code loops through batches of real MNIST images. First, the discriminator is trained. It receives real images with label 1 and fake images with label 0. For real images, the discriminator should output values close to 1. For fake images, it should output values close to 0. So when fake images are passed to the discriminator, the code uses fake images that is right here. It uses this code. So it's important because it prevents the generator from being updated while training the discriminator. At this stage, only the discriminator should learn. So the discriminator loss is calculated by D loss. That's the code right here. So actually, this means the discriminator learns from both real and fake example. After the discriminator is updated, the generator is trained. So the generator creates fake images again, but this time the target label is 1. So because the generator wants the discriminator to believe the fake images are real. So the generator loads measures how well the generator is fooling the discriminator. At the end of each epoch, the code prints the average discriminator loss and generator loss. 5 epochs is displays generator images. So this is generator images at epoch 5 that it shows, right? So Here we have 5, so every 5 it shows this line. And this is at epoch 10, and this is 15, and 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and this is the 50. So the training results show the losses for 50 epochs at the beginning and also at the end. The discriminator loss decreases from about 0.48 to about like 0.29. So this means the discriminator becomes better at distinguishing real images from fake images. So the generator loss increases from about 2.23 to about 3.24. In normal supervised learning, we usually want the loss to decrease. So, but in GAN, the is different because two networks are competing against each other. So the generator images at epoch 50 show that the generator learned to create digit-like images. Hopefully you enjoy watching this. Thank you.